Hakasin meningkong ni napo Ha Shillong team ni wan ra shpi kan ni ke session shabar jong studio bagi ni ke show hang ni ke bangin yo ni keren bat ki filmmakers bat ki babon ki nong kursan ki nong wan shimbentaru hakan ni ke film festival hakan ni ke Kelvin Cinema Festival ke balong hani po so tham auditorium tel ra phi don hakan ni ke jaka ngi film ti ban yo keren ni fir kumjo bangin page ru ya ki babon ki filmmakers ki bala ban share bala ban sam ya ka linti ya ke jong ki hakan ni ka film festival pej hadu ke bakut mo ku play ngidan hani badi we ne ki lesi kan umdan kamshu ban penitu nemar ka jelahi bro ko we lesi wat ka haki babun ba ki jelar ngai ki film ki jong ki briu ki la pej ki audience ngi ki la pej ba Merlvin ngskwa ban kli kana hadu kanu kalong ke bakongsan bandon ko ki film festival ha ka jela jong in particular
kam tamli menta ba kila nang bon shushu ka jikpen mi mo ya kisap ki pong gi bedai bat ka jingsna film masogum kini ki kinlong ki lat lanti ban wan ra ya ka jing rap bat kham tam ya ka jing sok thu shipang ka jingmut ban shna ya ki films ban don banta hak cinema te ngathrai kanili kala dei shisha ka jingkerku ka ba hadu kata ke namar ba umdei tang ka wan ka festival handai ka quality jong ka festival ru ka dei ka we ka ba kongsan kan
Haju kapor ni long kidan ni filmmakers ru ki ban nabar ki bawan chimata hanu kadur par lese ka enhance ya ki filmmakers jongi nang ni ka yarap kan
ka yarap sikat dei namar bele kumbang ya keren ya lap ya khana ka kini ki licensing jong festival basically ka filmmaking ru ka dei ka jingdon jong ka community te habadon ka community but ka don ka jing ya trailang ka jing ya mir jing mut te ka ba kham kongsan kamut kadon bet kanu ka jing hikai ka ba ngila ban yo wat yang akum artist ru abang akundu wat ki artist ki banaway ngayo ka jing hikai te kumju wat ki writers ki editors ki directors ru abaki akundu kumni hakum kini ki festival circuits ki yo ka jing nang jing start nang tu hakum nu ban penbha ban pentebet susu ka kam.
So one last question ngate ila kham slam ba Merlvin nomor bai penya ke program ba Merlvin shwakli hadu katnu ka film khasi film industry hani kalakiu menta kumne
dapat ya kata artikel ngaso shimet as an artist ngaso kalakiu shishahi nomor film dapat tang ki films ki pasajit wat tang ka short film competition jongani festival ru so much of improvement I mean ngam don kentien hi ban ong rei ka pau shai ba kala don shisha kata ka jing thrang ban nang pentebet susu ka kam bar kadai kata ka pen kemen nga
Wishbone by Merlvin. So how was Shillong all these days that you've been here?
This is my 4th day in Shillong. I will only tell you that these 4 days have told me that I want to come back.
Oh, lovely.
So it will tell you how much I have loved the place. I'm slightly ashamed to say that this is my first time to Northeast. Yeah, so better late than never.
Yeah.
So lovely. and I think I'll keep coming back. That much I can tell you. These 4 days have been outstanding. Every morning I go for my morning walks, and I explore different roads every morning.
And how different it is from your hometown?
Very different. We are people from the plains. So here, as I keep going up the new Polo Road, and there are steps and I start panting. I realize that, well, I'm completely out of breath. So it's fun to roam around in a city which has a lot of ups and downs. It's hilly, and we are not used to it. The body is not used to it. So these days have actually told me that to get used to it, I need to come here often.
So how was the festival overall?
Outstanding. Outstanding. I have been to festivals all over the world over the last 10 years. I have been to festivals, very regrettable festivals. I've also been to festivals where I've sworn that I will never ever go back. But a festival like this, which is only in the 2nd year, very well organized. Also because it's run by filmmakers themselves, so they know what to do to keep filmmakers happy. and to make audience happy. The selection has been outstanding. There were 218 films. From there, 12 films have been chosen, which means that it has been a rigorous process of selection. And this is a festival where the heart is at the right place. And that is the differentiator. That makes this festival different from other festivals. This is not a business endeavor. This is a festival where it's all about the heart. And the reason why this works beautifully is that one of the underlying agenda of a festival like this is to promote films and filmmakers from the Northeast. And I'm so glad today at the awards, so many films from Northeast have won. And we were rooting and clapping and cheering for filmmakers who we have become friends with now. And it was outstanding. So I think the basic purpose has been served. I was speaking to filmmakers from Northeast, and they have said that this kind of platform just gives them the right push to do more. Outstanding.
So, from what I have observed, your film speaks about these particular years during the COVID. Just one personal question to you, sir. How did COVID change the lives of people? You know, the way that they live, the way that they observe, and you, from your lens, how do you see it?
See, one thing which COVID has taught us is to adapt. I think human beings adapt quickly. We are constantly learning. Faced with an adversity like COVID, where life had come to a standstill, people have fought back. That is a trait in human beings which I absolutely loved and observed for the first time during COVID. People were not being able to work. Their livelihood was snatched away. But people fought back. I have seen online concerts happening. I have seen people doing documentaries over Zoom call.
Right.
Yeah, so they were constantly innovating as to how do you still not step out of your home, yet go on. People have learnt. I know people who have learned the guitar. People have done courses. So human beings have adapted to the situation they were thrown into. But at the same time, we have lost 2 years of our lives. And nothing can replace that. My daughter could not go to school the most important years of her life when she was in grade 11 and 12. She could not go to school. She lost out on friends. She lost out on basic human interaction. I have seen a generation who have become depressive because of that.
Right.
And so COVID has taken a lot. It has also given us a lot. These days we do not go for meetings anymore. We do it over Zoom call or a Teams meeting. Things have, these have worked for us. But at the same time, it has also taken away a lot from us.
So can I say this is the inspiration behind the film, or?
I think one of the reasons why I made this film is 20 years down the line, when we look at a film like what I have made here right now, 251, would people get a fair idea of what we actually went through? The horror, never-ending horror, the trauma, the grief. I think film also has a purpose which is not only about entertainment. It also needs to document life. So these days when we say, suppose we are researching how life was in Calcutta in the 1960s, I will watch films of 1960s. See how people dressed, what were the kind of cars there were, the street lights, and everything. So film also has an element of documentation in it. So 20 years down the line, if people want to know the horror of COVID that we all went through, I think if my film possibly becomes a point of research for them, I'll be very happy.
Any other film that you're working on right now?
Multiple of them. We also produce films in Bombay, and I intend to direct a couple of them. Next, I've signed a few. So hopefully, next time when I come here and talk to you, I will spill more beans on that.
Lovely. And I'm sure the 4 days would inspire you to make another film, maybe based here or something.
Why not? Why not? And I would love to come back and possibly come back with a camera and a crew.
Lovely.
and include Shillong, Meghalaya as a subject of a film. Why not? I think the mind has started working. So hopefully someday soon.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kani ka first film jump here, nahi?
Yes, it is my first film. Hi.
Ka experience ko lang na.
It's so great. I think it's a very nice opportunity and a very nice experience. Namar. It's my first film festival that I got selected in. So yeah, it's amazing. Namar. I get to meet like really great filmmakers from all around the world. So yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Just walk through your film. Let's say ki bon ki bampat UI ke film jump just a little.
Yeah. So my film is a very short film. It's like 11 minutes, and it's basically about a hitman who goes out to kill people who wants to kill themselves there, but they order the killer through an app like Swiggy, So it's like a very absurd concept, but it's mostly revolves around death and around the meaning of life and the pursuit of meaning. And yeah, I tried to explore that. So yeah, that's basically it.
If I can ask more, nakani ka film kan? Mas kali, what is the relationship between life and death, and is there any way that it is related? In this film, just like you're trying to paint this relationship between a father and a daughter.
Paint a relationship between father and
yeah.
I think how I see now after, at the end of the day, I'm always pro-life. I think at the end of the day, this film is about that. It's about always moving on and always riding that wave, because riding the wave is better than no wave at all. So, and life wouldn't be as interesting if death wasn't there. So, yeah, I think it makes life worth living, right? Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so nakini baru kay kilayo bani dan benta nishim benta lang day with all the other filmmakers. What was the experience like, and the key takeaways from the festival?
I think the key takeaways are like I think I learned more about what not to do and what to do more like next time, and I think like just seeing it's like I got a sense of what works in film festivals and what to do next to really get your film out there. I think these are and also I learned that you make a lot of connections here, which is actually very important for like future work and all that. So these are like your future collaboration connections.
Hi Priya, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great actually in Shillong. So
how has Shillong treated you so far?
Oh, so well, because I was coming from Delhi, which is really badly polluted right now. So it's great to have fresh air.
So how was the festival overall?
Oh, it was wonderful. I think it's really something when filmmakers run a festival, because they pay attention to details, that are important to filmmakers. So that way, it's incredible that what Dominic and Pradip Kurbah have been able to do. So for me, it's one of my favorite festivals now. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself here, and especially because it's a small group of selection. So you get to really meet a lot more people. Otherwise, when there are so many films, it becomes harder to talk to people and know them. So this has been great. Yeah.
So what made you submit your film for the festival here?
So basically, I was looking for a festival in the Northeast, because my film is partly based in Assam and partly in Pakistan. So I really wanted to get my people who have been shot in the film to be able to come and visit Shillong and be a part of the screening, because it'll be first time they'd see it on the big screen. So I was looking for a festival like this, and when Kelvin showed up, I was like, this is perfect. Yeah. So this was like a great opportunity. So my film is called Small Time Cinema. It's based in India and Pakistan. In India, it's shot in Assam. In Pakistan, it's shot in Hazara town, Balochistan. And basically, it's about these people who make these small videos as films, and they upload it on their YouTube channels, and they are also films, right? So they are just with shoestring budgets while doing multiple jobs, but because they have the great desire to tell stories in their own language, in the context of their own community and village. It's mainly just about them making these small videos and basically preserving their own culture and language. So the film gets into talking about that, and basically how the Northeast and people from the Northeast don't look Indian, is what at least the mainland says, right? And the same thing happens in Pakistan as well. There's a Hazara community who they say look like Chinese or Japanese or whatever. So they also feel that we don't look people say that we don't look Pakistani. So it deals with this kind of alienation that both communities feel in their own nations.
How do you think that YouTube as a platform has changed the filmmaking industry here? I mean, pan-India per se.
Right. Yeah, it's been incredible because, YouTube has democratized what was just say, it needs to be projected on a big screen. Now people can make it on their phones, people can edit on their phones and just upload it, and everybody has access to it. So it's incredible what you can do with YouTube, especially when you're in remote areas and you don't have access to, say, big equipment or even producers or, getting a release and all of that. So it's incredible that, you can just upload and have at least your community watch. So that has been, I think it's a very, very powerful tool.
Like till now, the experience has been really wonderful. Like just few months back, we are just students at St. Anthony's College from like the mass media department. And now like we are at this big festival with big filmmakers. It feels quite surreal, but also very exciting at the same time.
You?
Yeah, it was overwhelming for me too. Like it was like I was surprised when I heard that we got into the film festival because it was just like our final assignment film, and we just participated and we got in. Actually, like even though we didn't got anything, but it was such a proud moment for us because as a student, like standing among such a great filmmakers, it was amazing experience and we have learned a lot actually from them.
This is my first festival I have attended, so it's really one of my favorite festival. Till like what I'm like by heart from my fan and everyone, like whoever attend other festival, they always like they are being really praising this festival because obviously like as all they had already said, because it's run by the filmmakers, so they really understand what actually is need to be in for the film festival. So it's then giving importance to the filmmakers. So yeah, it's really one of the festival I really want to say that other young filmmakers you should attend, and really one of the festivals I'm really looking forward for the future. Yeah.
So I believe you must have watched the other films locally made.
Yeah.
How are those?
Yeah, this is just watched Pradip sir film, and obviously I heard lots of about him, and obviously the first film I really feel like how he maintained the village things and town things like and how he keeping those humor for the particular things, and so these things actually give me like how he understand about audience, and it's not telling that much but it's still telling, so that's actually give me really that's obviously I really, and after watching that short film also, like it's one of my favorite short film would be like for this year, and then obviously like how he's been doing for this festival also, like is something I really appreciate, like, and really thankful to him to organize this beautiful platform for us. Yeah, my film is about 2%. It's but his film name is Prikto, so if you go with the meaning, is connection. So it's more about the connection about 2%, like one person who come from the village and living with a place which he not usually like familiar with.
I believe the film revolves around friendship, about relationship. So what is friendship?
Yeah, for me, like this friendship more about like person whom you can live without telling anything. Like it's more like a it's kind of bonding which that person can understand. Even if you are sad and even don't tell anything to him, he can understand, he can sense that feel. And how he will understand, because he spends so much time with you, he can understand what, like how you react with the happiness, how you react with the particular emotion. So he can catch up with this stuff. And then obviously like the better friendship is more like how much that person can understand other person. So it's I do believe that's what friendship means.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Ari bro.
Artelai.
One lang ni wa. Ki don arngot ni kirang khasi. Kinong sna film ki bashir khay na kani kari khasi jongi. Barang so format ba arngot ni kini kilayo ya ka word ki badaka to batay lam yipi knyat ka word so.
Ngalong very surprised honestly kadai Shapang jong best director naka film jong Pateng, but also ngiyo ka best cinematographer ni Dhar taka Pateng hi tiang kemen si kadai ngam nang shu banong kumno, but this festival, like being my first time and first short film, it means a lot. And yeah, it has never discouraged me to make films, but nga nang persyang ban nang yo na susu yaki babun nang ni sakamat
kani first short film Japan dai
ha ka first short film
kalong no experience nadu ba pi sedang shoot hadu ban da dep kumni menta
ka experience kalong ba ngidang yakren mene ba DL ba, you know, like you pick the right people. If you have something you pick the right people and you should trust them to do long komta pila di ban jit ki batbet pidi ban jit ki bas long gibla even ngaru nga I'm long ayo mensiam na ki long ki inspire yang ki sung thu ka long iwe ngirap iwe kadaya thu khana sa kumno ha kapor shoot ili ka bajrong ba tang ba pa de ki baja tang ba pa de we went through a lot and ngi pois na pa ka film te nga comment palat, but don bok ba kinyo pet subun ki pajba ban nginyo ban palat ka film ha ki we ki jaka tang hatahi kubesibon.
Miss best actor hangni aji sari bandan lang hangni sino idan tirai tom ni lei to yes bal piong hangni pi come expect ye kani fila shriyam ru fila jauman de
ngala jaw hi ko man tang ba ka ngakma to ko film Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball there. This is enough to make a grown man cry, but ngatan mya sak siapa nomor ba ada yam ne step ngamlong yam shoot menta i terkhang na ti ya but sisang hamla ra ban mudur ngan yo kani ka ikusnam kan nomor ba ni to hok ipiliam ngdang kran masan ki rumah ngana ong ba kani ka film jong fi san ki nginum persang makan long flashy ngako bakan maka cinematography kan long shadian makan wan bhashmat ka acting but ya ka story kan marka di ka basong kya ba kan ka khana jo kan ka film kan ngam kwa makan distract ka camera work ka lighting tama po siya kata ka jing persang wan penwan shadian ka wan penwan chakmat nang wakshi ang teng ba nakajing le arit teng pila banyo ka tang ka buram kani mga try ni poi siya kata kan katang jing siya ngate ni to pingi kham mudra tama marsin ang bayo best cinematography dai ngana shu le kai san kin mga tip somehow dai kan long hi ba nga shu doi sim ni yo ai ma ngong san masong best director ay san ni best director san ki da nga san fi le kai marsin san kirang ni jan yaw man so me di ningkong meneng khamla dang mun biya kern kai
khamla mudur ya ngi khamla mudur, but then again ya baro ki brio ki balayarap namar ban snai ka film nadu ibarit do adu ibahe adu kiarap lut te kata kadi ka jing kublai ka bakraw yaki but to kan kana ay mensim ya
Kam tam iki beri bam nak pen ilang hani na mar kata lens kam dei ba white han ta cinematography ndai kum ha ka team ko jong ang dan camera assistant ro long ki berap nga ha ka team jong gaffer ro ki grip ro ki bon ha long ni ki bon phangye du nam dei ba bon han tang ma ngi dan tang lai ngut ha ka camera team tang ba ngi persangkat balak meni tare kam ngi pet miet pet yong ngi solang san kiru penyerap bat light lang penyerap bat lens lang nong dia kan tang ba tray marway dai kum juru ngimla ban ong ba ngimla ban poy kan ni dai no unik ru nik san harbi thai ba pen edit ya film jingi ba so long udah jet kerpang hero iki shot we udah pet no tang si second ru ban pet ya film kan iki footage ngi bon ha footage ka jorong man rai taman nak tu jeng kat no minute jeng sama lah di bandai rup hotam film persang ban penuan hadu arpo kendai minute arpo kendai second san kendai second ani hadu bang ngamlak mudur kumnu penuan kum ta tang ma udah jet sai taki footage ban tama ban nong ban ra ya ka story ke jong san ki mat kum juru ya ka kam ke jong kum cinematographer ba ka team jong ba kham tam ru ba ngi haban ai ku play kham tam yo arpit ru mabenthwa ya ka script mangal nga dak sang ki kumno la une wat ngo emo ma kumno la no da khar tho script khasi ka ni jing bet la hadu manga ngale ran tama hadi nga setip api ke jing tre lang fi sia bro ngon ama wat la kataru ani
udan ki certain nuances ki buwan ra kalong ba kumbi ong inik ru kalong pitep da tre kam but ki briu long da fi hab jing mod fitras fishanya ki teli telong kalong ba kayat bet kayat renti but suk bah banyak keren daya try kam don gajing kom tama long ngasu komentang kata but kani sisa it goes out to everyone in the film ya baro
sangka way deh but ngas ngo wala ka film ko de kabun ka jing si film nai ma por ke ngia shoot bun ke jing rke kadai aduh ba ni ngalak ban ong ba hadu spo khat arsnam san post nam ram ngan ngai kan mau sa ya kan ka ngia shoot kan but ba kumno ba mas na shoot pang ilig be sekali film ban jagati
kadai
haru ka tangi
dang kadang sugi avatar to kapor
kami tiak akhir asyik
avatar gitu ka
ya ngi abit film te ya kata ni
Okay, kasi sa kini bro arngur ki la direct artli ki film jing sa kapateng bat Jyllop tiba kani bi kiyo kadi namta kapateng director cinematographer namta Pateng but director namta kapateng te skwa ban kli khniat ni whom would you dedicate this award to
ngong sublai bala aingi kani ka bor mengila mengin yang mentah ni ka sengi mengin ya kumne mengiya mengin dan kan jing snguthu ka jing shai ka jing mut jing berkhan ba jing suk men sim mengila man ne ka kam bat baar kimi ba ba pendan ini pertai pen he pen san bat balai bahiyang bahasam ki ba sakri ngi ki bala support ngi ma kini ki singi baro hadu menta bagi perlok perjor ya ka tim kum bala jo ong bon sien bat kum juru ngamla ban num ai khublai khamtam ya ka cinema okay kan ka Kelvin Cinema Festival ba yung ka family namadam don makihi ngimyo ara kan ka platform kan nginya pa gi films ni plus ni datang ka bong kan ka festival ba ngiyo kan ka awan tang nang badan hang niru ngi sankiru in menjori ka ba ngiyo jing kai sibon ba nganang nginaya kan jing
a lot of exposure
tang menen ro dai ngiya yo screen film ngila job lupa tang ngi don lang niru am ngila job lupa ngi songta kan te kam ani ngamla suban yu nang tanda kam tam wat iki break bon page menen ani ngada long lung men sim sha maki one support ka to ma
ani an baro iwei pat iwei ki ba poi bat wala ngi kamela ban kren ki baro tang ba pade ka jingwan jang ki ka pen ka ai men sim yang ngemla ban batai bat kublei shibun ya pi bat ka jing dedicate ka ni ka long ya baro ki ba best ban page film ki ba best ban chna film but kibadang yai persang ban le kita baro dedicate kita
lovely te ang ka-session ka ba kamjero ka sawan kamadin ti mentari sing ni ben ko jatang ni to all the best congratulations once again
so
bro argut
why do we try jacket sniffy
ko kaliang no na I hope you both fit under the frame
That's why like, I was suggesting to
No, it's okay. It's okay. So how was the festival?
Like, it was very beautiful. Like I loved Shillong. This is my first time in Shillong, and seriously, it's really, really beautiful. And the festival, the way these people have organized it, it's really, really like hats off to these people. They have organized it like it's a wonderful festival, and I hope it just continues, and like and also the films that I saw here, the curation that they did, wonderful curation, like wonderful films, and also the Khasi films that I saw here, very beautiful. Like I just fell in love. Like I just fell in more love with Meghalaya now. Like the locations are so beautiful in the films.
So what made you decide to send the film here?
Actually, we have this senior of us. Like I'm coming from SRFTI, so we have a senior, Dominic Sangma. Yeah, he's also artistic director on this festival. So like that was something that like we wanted to come here. We always see like he's one of the very good directors, great directors who are like coming up from here. So like he is one of the reasons for me to come here. So the film's name is Ek Divas, and Ek Divas means one day. So it's a attempt to make a character sketch, and the film is about a person, and that person is suffering from schizophrenia. So the film is all about illusion and reality, which is going inside his head. Like what happens in schizophrenia is like your mind starts telling you things, and then you start believing things.
I can relate with stigma when you talk about your film, and how can a film as such, your film, can address these issues?
It's a very difficult question. Like how do we end this thing? Even I'm trying to look for it. Like also this film of mine, we did it, and this attempt was for the same question that you're asking. I have been seeing people around me. Like I was always intrigued with people whom we outcast from our society, like calling them mad or crazy, and then nobody looks after them. Like, and also people are scared, and more than scared, like nobody cares for them. But then, like, what do they want? Like, some care. Like, what do you want? What do I want? Like someone just comes and asks you, how are you? Like just one thing. Or maybe like you want water or something.
Feel welcome,
Yeah, like we need to like more than understanding. Like right now we have like in the age that we are now, we have so much of information around us. So we just try to collect informations and we try to understand things, but we need to start also with understanding we need to start feeling things more and like for each other more. That's how we can survive, I guess.
You also won an award, right?
Yeah, like we won this award for sound design, like best sound design for film Ek Divas.
So how was the journey? I mean, did it do justice to the filmmaking?
Like the award for this film? Yeah, it's good. Like I feel, okay, yeah, we won the award. But then also I have this thing in my mind, like, again, is it reality or not? Because there were so many beautiful films over here. So I'm thinking, okay, is it a mistake from the festival that I'm getting it? But it's good, really good. Like the people who worked on the film, the entire team, they have done really great work, really great work. They worked a lot. Like we had these months of work over there. And everyone had put lot of efforts to it.
So was sound one of the the area of focus that you gave? Maybe?
Yes. Like sound was very important character in it, and like not only our film, like sound is very important for any film. It's very important aspect. And we wanted to create this emptiness, the deadness, and we used sound for it. I feel sound defines the time around you. Like each one, like to say we all have 24 hours, but then each one is walking in his own time somewhere. So how do we define that time? So for our film, I guess this sound that Sukanya Bhawal has done, like it's really brilliant, and it worked. It worked for the character and for the film. It really helped.
So my film was called Notes from a Dream. So it's a 10-minute film, and it's a bit experimental. I mean, it talks about a dream I had a couple of years ago, and so that dream being the dialogue or the voiceover of the film, and then it's a bit of an experiment with image and sound. So I made this film last year. No, this year in January. I was in Belgium doing a course, and so it was part of that course, and yeah, I mostly that. Yeah.
So just one personal question to you. What is time to you, and how is it, an important factor of this film of yours?
Time. That's a very important question. It always comes back when it's, there is anything about cinema. So, like time and space, I think it's the most important thing in film. Like, because if you see like short films, it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes. If we see long film, it's 70 minutes, 90 minutes. But within that time, the screen time, we somehow are able to compress life, like we can show a person's life, from birth to death in that 60 minutes or 20 minutes. So cinema does that. It's very important because through camera, through sound, through editing, we somehow select and choose bits and pieces of life, daily lives or personal life or social life, and then we create a life which comes alive in the screen. So for me, yeah, the time is the most important thing. And in terms of treating time in my film, I mostly go for a very slow and very contemplative kind of a treatment of time, because being from Northeast, also being from Assam, the pace or the rhythm of life is a bit slow compared to other cities in India like Bombay or Delhi. So I try to look at time in that sense to kind of give justice to what it is actually, and that's how I design my shots, sounds, and all. Yeah.
So how was the film festival overall?
It has been amazing. I actually came during the first Kelvin as well.
Oh,
yeah, in 2000.
Okay, so you're not new anymore.
I'm not new. I'm part of the
Alright.
family now. So yeah.
Nice.
So in the first year, my film won best sound. Yeah.
Lovely.
So, yeah. So I'm actually really happy to be back here because this is something which is very important to our region, because there is no festival at this point which is running so nicely with so good films. It's really nice.
So how has Shillong treated you so far?
Beautiful. I have been to Shillong so many times. But this time is, my mother was also telling me that this time it feels different. Probably it is because of the hospitality. Probably it's because of the festival. But yeah, it's just too sweet actually. Yeah.
So how was the festival overall?
Overall, yeah, it was good. It was really good. And, I really feel that Kelvin is right now the pioneer of film festivals in Northeast. And, being able to reach here out of 200 plus films is a big, big privilege. And to win best film is a great honor, of course. But the amount of, passion with which I think people like Dominic and Pradip Da, and the whole organizing team, they've arranged the facilities and everything and invited filmmakers and give us such a, homely vibe to network and communicate, which is really important. I think I'm just too grateful. Yeah.
So what does it take to make, an award-winning film?
Actually, I think the first thing is that you shouldn't really be thinking about the awards. Honestly, it's really important for you to just say what you want to say. Because, you will get something or not, that really depends on a lot of factors. So your focus should be on speaking what you want to speak and speak it with, utmost sincerity. That's what is important, yeah. So my film is called Son of the Soil. It is called Matir Apun in Assamese. It is almost a 24 minutes long short fiction. And the subject is very, I would say, very central to the state of Assam. It deals with a very politically and socially sensitive subject.
Okay, so from what I can observe, I have this one personal question for you. what is migration to you, and how does it change a person's life or the community around him?
See, one thing that we need to understand that there are, whenever you see a subject, not just migration, any subject, we are always seeing it from one side. But the truth of the matter is that there are probably 10 sides,
right,
or 100 sides, or 200 sides to it.
True.
So when we talk about sensitive subjects like migration, what we need to understand that there are at least two parties, against each other, who are at the center of the whole conflict, if I may say so. And both have their own sides. You cannot really deny one side and say this is stronger. And you cannot really deny the other side also and say that the other is stronger. So my whole intention with this film is to present both the sides. Because it is really important for us to see things as they are. And as a filmmaker, I don't want to make, a judgment on a subject like this.
True.
That's why I want to present the subject and both the sides in a way that I see, in a way that is neutral, in a way that is balanced, and leave it to the audience to decide, what do they see. So if you have seen my film, at the end, we have a song, and I actually want to tell that because the song kind of summarizes the whole film and my whole philosophy that, there are 10 truths in your feet, O Lord. There are 10 truths in your feet, O Lord. Which one do you see? O Lord, tell me whose pain did you see? So that is the truth, that we all have our subjective truths. In every matter, migration is a very big topic. But even in the smallest of fights, probably between a husband and a wife, the husband will not understand the wife's perspective. But the wife is, she has her own truth. And truth is very subjective, be it in individual personal matters or in larger matters. So that's how I see the whole thing. And that's the whole relation of migration and or immigration, if I may say, with my film. Yeah.
So how do you think, as a filmmaker, one can contribute in, putting the message across?
I think by making good films, yeah, and by making films that really have a meaning, that really, give something back. Because we all can actually take a camera, take sound, take lights, and just roam around and make something out of it. But what is important is what is touching you, and it's really important for Northeastern filmmakers. I won't just say about Assam, because we have so many untouched subjects. We have so many political, social issues happening around us that it is really important for filmmakers to tap in and to do that, to make films on such subjects. Yeah.
We are so glad bengin don head of department juga mas kam hangti hapo St. Anthony's College janong Shillong College sian apo sina ya nomor bas Shillong College di college jongati kadau kan mau ya. Tama yes nopo St. Anthony's College ikong cherry but ngisngo pu mut supu mat ba idon benta hakani ka Kelvin Cinema Festival ada. Anyway, ngismo kuman bengin yo ikong cherry iban long iwen ki jury hapo jong ni ka film festival hakani ka klimat hakini ki license ada tiang sukwa ban kali kendiat kalong kumnu ki experience nadu basdang hadu menta nadu ki films ki bawan ki bapi ayo ban page ki bla screen ru hang ni kalong kumnu overall ka festival.
Okay, ningkong kapor ba ki invite yang ban long jury te ki ong Kelvin Cinema Film Festival Ha Shillong te ong okay namar kadang buat ba kin khot lang ki ki filmmakers lan ki bayran bentalang ba filmmaking hapo state kadang buat kin khot ki nang ni kan da kila announce ki jury members ngayo ba ki khot i Kartiki Gonsalves Oscar winner, the only Oscar winner from India so far, but Meenakshi Shedde nang itu ipi la kabahok kan ngasong hajan tia shpang la kenden khlam la ban mudur ba ngan yo ban share jury space with an Oscar winner. Tinga la ban ong ada ngolong humble shisha with this particular experience. It's a privilege, it's an honor for me. And coming to the experience, ngala serve as jury in 3 occasions. But tang mga dakamansim ka bakamen, but ka bafu samrkeshi siya ngala ban ong baka niya ka experience ka balong kertang bahaya nga kalong special, but it's a moment of pride. Namar bele nga ong kumta, arspa arpaw lang ang bakla taliki film. Kilong they've been submitted to the festival. Tangkat artali siya jin. But nakita ki kat artali lightly pat kidiki film na po karijungi. Kata kaday Jyllop grey but Pateng. And hapor pa nga pe ikiniki film nga kanyo o kandian nga don jing artatian de kandian namar yo syukum no yo syu flop mo ki film nang niya. Tang ba ki nga laban ong with confidence makiniki film baru lightly kilong atpar but kitu ki film kibawan na po Mumbai, kibawan na po Calcutta, kibawan na po Assam, but na keleng-keleng siya kiwi kijaka. Tengah kan mau baka don kapor kaba kibreu kilakan tha ya ki film kasi jungi ki ong bakilong kum ki kartun. Hapor ngakan mau kani kadai snem baladam hapor bang ayo sngo ya kata ka ketik kaman sim jonga dom de kandian tang bang ong hakawi kasngi kapor ka jongi kan sapoy bat kata kapor kadai mentah namar kini ki film kilong shisha experimental films kilong ki film ki baya ki bakanta ya ki issues ki badan kam ki ba itanan te ngala ban ong ba a time has come but kani kadai kapor and having reached this position ngahaban ong igini ki young filmmakers jongi this position comes with a sense of responsibility kid haban kid clear ya kani ka position kid haban shna shushu ki film wat do jengkermen nang yashna ki film tang ba dang bon ma ki issues po ka ri jongi ki badon kamban address ki dang bon ki flaws ki bangi haban expose ki dang bon ki social values social norms ki bangi dang habo jengkeli te dang don kam shi bon ki filmmakers but dang don kam ro shi bon ki filmmakers kan thai namar belai ki bon ba ki issues ki be haban ki kan thai ndai lada ki ya kini ki jo ki issues da ka baburam ya ki filmmakers shenrang gila ban shnam ndai ba kimla ban sha ya ki tang ba ka perspective kan long different namar lada shna ya ki films about woman issue da ka kan thai ka perspective namar they are closer to the subject ka perspective ba ka interpretation kan long komwe te kata ka diga experience nga ada sultanat nga long very gratifying nga very satisfied and ya kren ba I Kartiki ya kren ba I Meenakshi ru kita ya jingero shisha ka film jungi but pila ban mudur best direction ha ka ni ka jan made yo ka film na ri jungi ba kata ka dai Pateng I Sankirang Khongwir won the best direction award
nalor kataru katkum kadang di ke first film jongi ke first short film jongi jong bahasan ki
first film debut film
as a short film ke baile
first debut short film
yes
congratulations Sankirang I take this opportunity to congratulate you once again
it's
no mean task
yes exactly kumayong ikong shari hajing sha kini ki language kini ki filmmakers mata ki ba submit ki film sang ni kan do kim long thamai show ha ka film making taman re long kani kadang dai ka scene ka ningkong biki kini don benta ha ka film festival they can submit ki films ki jongki ha jo kapor lalong no ki sha select baru kumiba el ru yo ka best cinematographer tinglayo penikiran baki mene hang ni ti lapan pau sibun ki bat nganget ki babun nang te ki banang ban shna film bat lesi ki badon hak department jong I kongchari hang ni ngatrai kalapan ketik mensim lupa pi dakani ke festival ba nganget bun beng jong piru ki dan benta bakani ke film festival nganget pila yo I hakanu kadur kalong ka festival hang ni ti kongchari ngskwa ban kali khnian mo hakanu kadur lesi ku mansuang no kan ka jingdon benta pat jong kini ki wi pat ki films ni filmmakers na shabar dem kalong no ka jing yarap lani ka jing kunai ka kumbakan ka pin come up the game khniat na benta jong ki filmmakers jong ni nang ni
oh definitely namar ba piang marway pin kelon bang Henry lada piang bat ki parlong ka position jong pi khamlong strong but tang dang ba haba wan ra kini ki filmmakers nang ni ki yo kini ki films ki ba one from different cultures from different state tang kata shwaru kalak dei ka jing yo anong ka bakrao na mar pia ban so thu kini ki jai film nom yo I hey film nom I Netflix film nom I Amazon film nom yo I hapoki cinema hall ro hakari jongi lei ni don tang artli ki cinema hall nang te kini ki cinema hall ki pen I ki films ki bawan na Bollywood ki films ki bawan na po America but ki films ki belong entertaining re kini di ki jai film bangi khot ki independent films ki cinema hall kim jupen I kini ki films hangno ru te lada don kum kini ki festival ki filmmakers jongi ki yo ban rub shoulders yo ban ya lang ban ya kren ban ya khana bat ki filmmakers na ki wei ki jai ban yo compete ru haga jo kam ban yo compete bat ki ban yo phaliu jing mod ru le kom no shna kom no ka script kan long kom no te kan long ka jing men to shibun ken mar laisngi ki la ya don lang ki la ya kendo ki la ya thu khana ngati kana ya kata ki la ya bam jalang la ya di shalang te kin yo ken ben ya tuat jing mod ki ben ya phaliu jing mod I wei pi wei te kan tiu shibun ken ya ka jing ka rukom ya thu khana jong ki ling ba ki films
ke you jong pi ka let's say ka message jong pi ka message jong pi na banta jong ki khana samla jong ki ba let's say ki bam padon ka jing puli filmmaking taman ri ki badon ka jing thrang ka jing angnot lene ban shna film lene let's say yo ki don ki ba ju persang ru na ka jing la ka jong ki basna ki short film but ki we kuma ki YouTube but ki we ke jing ka message ka jong pi jai masim jong pi ke
ka jing ai men sim jong ate ka long kan ka we don't ever give up na mar phila ban su thu na ki niem na thraim dei tang ka film jong I Sankirang ka ba ka debut film mo ka film ka tu ko we loyaru ka de ka debut film jong ti khna ka ba mod kidang snaning kong na ye pe ikita dada pisngap ya ka film jong ka kar dada pipe ya ka tu ka Elephant Whisperer ka film jong I Kartiki Gal Salvas ka turu ka de ka debut film jong I she has never had any filmmaking experience ishna ya ka tu ka film na banta ki tu ki hati and ka tu ka film le ka job Oscar tinga try tang kini ki khana but ka testimony jong ki ni lai ngot kala long enough ban ong if he do not give up if you really are passionate and you want to be a filmmaker make your films kay ka badon kam ka long ka tu ka sinjam baning kong pila shim ya ka sinjam baning kong ka baar ka balale kan shubot back tang ba on a serious note akwa if he ban sung tho what is a medium of film it is a medium kamde to kamde ba phin take lightly kamde sang ka medium ka ba phin shupen I ka ya ka lom ka wa ya ka mau ka shap klam don jing mun Piriban use the medium of film well to tell your stories, tell meaningful stories, and please do not waste this medium on things which are not meaningful.
No hikai tu no hikai. Kulisibun kong cari ngas ngolong dan bak bai di baying jonga di Nisa, kajing kemilan ti le, habas sedang jo ni ke festival ni kemilan ti bingin yo mani syong lang kumaju syong studio, mga lembar kong cherry ni like Kartiki Gonsalves but di Meenakshi Shedde, teman rin ki dag bam lakyar kamla ban le kata, tendu wala kata ru, kubli shibun pat dia kajing don bentar kajong pi kajing lalu nak judgement kajong pi ke ba pi yo ban wan ra ke expertise jong pi yo ban wan ra ni film festival.
Mde judgement ha. Judging.
Yeah, judging, yes.
Fiang judgment pe so kumbal like dokti. Ini klip dokti ki film ni judge, okay? And I take this opportunity and thank you for taking this short, I don't know what to call, soundbite. And I wish Ha Shillong a first anniversary. May you go places. May you grow 70 times 7. Thank you.
Lovely. Kali ke first wish na do mane. Kebingin iyo kempadan berwish ni. Thank you, Kulishmon. And then I wish the festival grand success. Berkum jo yaki students ke jong pi ke badang dan ke jeng pulih let's say kani kala pendai kawin ki platform let's say ki kena jong pi ki la ban look up to kan ba sisen ke singi la ban dia ban screen ki films ba dia ki kamu jong ki hang ni. Thank you so much, Licia.
Welcome.
I'm here with Meenakshi Shedde. I think, where we are all familiar with your face, and you've been a face for the South Asian films here in many of the festivals around the world. Ma'am, I would just like to ask you how, can I use the word untapped region when we talk about Meghalaya here when it comes to filmmaking?
Absolutely. I think there is a lot of untold stories in the Northeast in general. but specifically also in Meghalaya. We need to hear more of them, because for me, filmmaking is not just an art and a commentary on society, which is its first role, but it's very important also because films are very powerful and influential things which influence our attitude of people in mainland India to people in the Northeast, etc. So the impact is much deeper than, oh, I went and saw this film, or, it's much more than viewing of one film. The impact that you feel is much deeper over years when you see different films from the Northeast over a period of time. Your attitude and your understanding of people in the Northeast affects is changed accordingly. So it has a much more powerful and deeply influential role.
So how was the films that you've witnessed, films from the region here, particularly the people from Shillong, from Meghalaya?
So the films were excellently selected. So full credit to Dominic Sangma and Pradip, because they are actually filmmakers, and the amount of effort and sacrifice they make to raise money, the time they take, the begging for funds, for flights, for hotels, all of that for other people. With whatever they raise, they can just make their next film. They don't have to, right? But the generosity and sacrifice in taking the film movement along, the independent film movement, that is extremely generous and comes from a real generosity of the heart to take a movement and also build something larger where film becomes something, also independent film becomes something that hopefully one day recovers its money, so that we're not just saying, oh, thank you, Goenka ji, your family has been funding films and theatres for like nearly a century. But it's our job for each of us who love film to make sure we bring at least 5 friends who will see the next film that they release and make sure it's a success. We can't say, thank you, so kind of you. This is absolute bullshit, frankly. They have to, it's a business. They are not Mother Teresa. It's a business for them. So it is our responsibility for each one who was in the audience, each one who loves film, to bring 5 of their friends when any independent film is released. Jawan doesn't need you and me, it'll go wherever. But all the independent films that they've released, it's our responsibility to make him succeed so that the next independent filmmaker will get money. And it has to be a cycle that is completed by itself. You can't just go up and say, thank you very much. I'm boss. How crazy is that? Right. How selfish is that, frankly, right? It's also our responsibility, I feel.
So how important do you see that, to have such a film festival here in Meghalaya where, filmmaking is, I can say it's in its nascent stage?
I feel all the more because you couldn't tell from the quality of films. They were world-class films. You couldn't tell that it was a nascent stage. Some of them were very, very, very accomplished. Also, local films were extremely what I would call world-class. So we were actually quarreling a little bit which film to get the prize. They were all local films that we were quarreling over because they were so good. So even though it's a remarkable achievement that even though the industry is at a nascent stage, they were still world-class. It's really amazing. Yeah.
So what would you like to say to our audience? Most of them are from here. So what would you like to say, a message or two regarding film here?
Only one thing. Please take 5 friends to go and see an independent film, because that's the only way you'll get great cinema. You'll get masala stuff anywhere. But But independent film, which are unique voices from here, which tell your own stories. Jawan is not telling your story. Or whatever. Rocky Rani is not telling your story. This is the only way we'll hear your stories, your own stories, what's going on here. Our perceptions will change as we see more and more films from Meghalaya in the Northeast. And that's why it's very powerful.
Okay. Yeah. I have more questions, but I would like you to leave and take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Shillong is so beautiful and the people are so amazing and the culture is so vibrant. Shillong has been more than kind, just so warm and so welcoming. And the food is amazing. Oh. I love the local food. I have just been going from one jado stall to another every day. It's been amazing.
How about you?
We're so lucky, like of course all of that, but we're so lucky to be at the time of the cherry blossom. So even like the drive down from wherever we're staying to coming here, we're just seeing like these pops of pink everywhere, and we don't get that ever. So I'm just like, it is such a great setting to have any festival like arts, literature, music. It's beautiful.
lucky for you, you have decided, I mean, to stay back for the cherry blossom.
100%. 100%. There was no way I was not gonna stay. It's like I can see the festival. I'm also obsessed with cherry blossoms in general and the concept of sakura. And I'm like, if I can see it in India, I'm going to do it right now.
Right. So, Reema, congratulations to the two. My goodness. So, was this expected?
No, not at all. And I have to tell you, this is such a special festival. And we're all here in person, taking time out of our busy schedules only for Shillong. And for the incredible filmmaking community here, people like Dominic, and the goodwill that they have mustered with filmmakers, not just in India, but all over the world. We are here just to support the film community in Shillong. And it was so beautiful to see the audience yesterday, such young, bright people who had so much passion for filmmaking, coming and reacting and having conversations about our film. That has been the most fulfilling part of this experience. So even by the end of yesterday, I was very happy, you know, and this is just the cherry on top. And I have to say one thing, which is very few festivals do technical awards. So everyone does like best film, maybe best director, but that's it. But very few festivals actually honor the technicians, like best cinematography, like best editing, which we won. Best actors, we won the best actor female award for Milo Sunka, who's this wonderful Arunachali actress who's a part of our film. So a big shout out to the Kelvin Cinema Festival for actually having technical awards. And the only reason I think it is like that is because it's a festival really run by very spirited filmmakers.
I'm pretty sure that these are not the first awards that you've won. Your films have traveled almost everywhere. But how different is Kelvin, film festival for you?
So we actually premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January. I mean, they are absolutely incredible. It was such a big honor to have that big of a premiere. And since then, we've played at, I want to say, almost 50 festivals all over the world. And these are award number 30 and 31, actually. So Nocturnal Burger has had an incredible festival journey. But I think what's really special about Kelvin Cinema Festival is how intimate it has been. And you really feel like the heart is in the right place. And it's a very close-knit community, which allows for more dialogue and more conversation. And it makes me so happy to see how beautifully they are supporting the local filmmaking community. From the best screenwriter from Meghalaya award, which again is a rarity. Like it's so much thought has gone into that idea, to the way they've been supporting the local talent. And how encouraging and how encouraged the filmmakers from Meghalaya, from Assam, from Shillong specifically, have felt through the course of this festival and with the felicitations. That, I mean, I was tearing up looking at just how beautiful it was. It feels like the beginning of an important movement.
Lovely, lovely.
And it's also in the little details, like beyond what you spoke about the screenings and about the film community. It was also in the dinners that they were hosted, that they made us feel like, I didn't know a lot of them, she did know them, but immediately, like it was Aki or it was Dominic, they just made us feel like a part of that community, in that little world that you always feel like wanting to be in, like as a film festival, like especially a short film festival, which is not a very big thing. They usually have features, but a specific short film festival and managing with whatever resources they have, they've put us in like absolutely comfortable positions. We have been very, very easily transported from everywhere. And every time we've come and gathered, they've been just all smiles, and which just makes you feel so good. Like these are the people who are watching your films, and you now want to watch their films. Like we can't wait for them to come to Bombay, the films, the people, all of them, which is really special.
So what are the key takeaways from the festival?
Ooh, interesting question. What are the key takeaways from the festival? I mean, more than takeaways, I think it's manifestations. It's what I hope for the festival. I really, really hope that it continues year after year, and it grows year after year. I think everybody that has been a part of the festival in this second edition is already a supporter and a champion of the festival, you know, where we can't wait to come back. We can't wait to see it grow. I want this to be a landmark festival and an iconic festival, especially of the Northeast region, but also of India. So fingers crossed to that.
I mean, I'm also like just in general so happy that it's in Shillong that I get a excuse to come to Shillong. Like you really want to make plans to come here, and then you just I'm like, yep, my film. I think the time we got the mail like a few months ago, and we're like, this is the one we're going to. We don't know what else. Like if it's happening in India,
exactly.
And I mean, our film has been like really traveling, but we haven't. And we are so happy that we chose this festival beyond any other in India to come and just represent our film. It was like physically represent our film. So yeah,
and you are extending your stay.
Oh, definitely. That is for sure. That is what I have over you.
So yeah, speaking about your film, you know, I was just curious, you know, how important it is to tell such stories through films in a very subtle way, which you did.
I mean, I think it's incredibly important, and especially something like what Nocturnal Burger talks about. It's not an easy conversation to have, and there's rarely any conversation that happens about it, and I think that's such a big part of the problem. So I think through these things, it allows everyone a moment to think, to reflect, and to have more dialogue, because Nocturnal Burger doesn't just say that, you know, child sexual abuse is bad. Of course, that's something that we all understand and agree upon. So for me, it's just a starting point that the film takes. We really talk about trauma and the different ways in which trauma is manifested within you, how it affects you immediately, how it affects you 20 years after it has happened, how it affects you when you're dealing with it on an everyday basis for a long period of time. And I think the most important thing that we were trying to do was talk about the systemic issues that allow for this or that don't stop it. So even when we were talking to some NGOs while doing research for the film, I asked them what can be done. On an immediate level, what can be done? And they said, you have to intervene. And so the film is about bystanders who are strangers intervening and doing something about a situation that they happen to chance upon.
Congratulations once again. Congratulations, Nocturnal Burger. I loved the film. I loved watching it every minute.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Shillong. We love you and we can't wait to be back.
For sure. And best of luck, Ha Shillong. Can't wait to watch this. Thank you so much.
Make us look pretty.
All right, we're here with the talented Dominic Sangma. And I'm so honored to stand here with you and share the same frame with Dominic here.
That's too much.
Of course, yeah, no kidding. Yeah. I mean, how was the festival? I mean, since its inception, and from the first edition to the second edition now, how was the journey like?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the journey was arduous. It's not an easy journey. There's so many things. We ourselves as a filmmaker, you know, like we also make our own film, and then to also do these festivals on top of it is not easy. I mean, and so to bring lots of people together, filmmakers, you need to approach them. And it's lots of preparation that needs to happen. But it's Pradip Kurbah who has done so many work, because this year for this edition, since I'm fresh with my film and I'm traveling around the world right now with my film, you know, so I could not be on the ground. It's Pradip who did all the physical work that's been done. Like, of course, like I've been coordinating with the jury members or the filmmakers or things like that, but the physical work, the effort that they have put is Pradip and all the volunteers and all the people and all the team that is they have done this work, you know. As an artistic director, it's such a overwhelming experience for us to see so many audience this year. I mean, it is in the first year there were audience, but then there were less audience because we still, I think in here we don't have much idea of film festivals.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And but then I think slowly what we were looking for when we were starting off is to introduce cinema
from different parts of the world, bring different filmmakers here, and then let our filmmakers get mingle with them, and then understand filmmakings in different what other filmmakers in other states or other part of the country is doing. Today, I'm so happy that we have such wonderful films from Meghalaya itself, from Northeast itself. Like that is the best thing that we, me as an artist director and the whole team from the Kelvin, that is the thing that we wanted to achieve. We want more filmmakers to come. And these are the reason, like a festival like this are the space where we will be able to make more filmmakers see the film. And then I believe that maybe because of this reason, there will be more filmmakers in the state. And also our whole aim was to discover new talents. We wanted to be a platform where we are discovering a new filmmakers, new talent, new voice. So tomorrow, even if somebody become a good, big filmmakers, but we wanted to be the platform and say that we discover that voice in our festivals. That was our the whole goal and aim of the festivals. Yeah.
So how much would you rate the success of this festival now?
Don't ask such kind of rating and all. It's very. I think I don't want to number them, but I think the success is like it's there already. I could sense it. I could sense it from the film that I'm seeing today, especially local films, especially film from Northeast. I could see that we are there. The success is not only about just creating this festival and all these things. The success is also about to be able to make our people make better films. The fact that we could bring Meenakshi Shedde, the fact that we could bring Kartikeya Gonzalez to do the jury work, to be impressed, because Meenakshi Shedde and all are the programmer of the most important film festivals of the world. Like Berlin, she was a jury in Cannes this year for Semendela Critics in Cannes. She's a programmer for Toronto. And then Kartikeya Gonzalez. And then they were so generous to even go to the IPR ministers to speak things for us. It's not, I was like surprised that Meenakshi came and told us that, Dominic, we went and spoke. I said, like, what? Like, we don't even need to do that. See, they went out and they did that. Isn't that wonderful thing? Isn't that wonderful thing for the filmmakers of this place? Like, people are recognizing us. Like, very soon we will have better films. We will have films that are going to travel the world. There will be not only Dominic Sangma or Pradip Kurbah, there will be more filmmakers.
Right.
That is the success. It's not in numbers. It's not rating.
Yeah, true. True.
These are the success that we are looking for.
So I'm pretty sure we are also expecting a third edition anytime soon.
Not even third edition. We want this to continue forever. Like, we wanted to make it bigger. We wanted to include feature sections later on. We wanted it to make much bigger. We wanted to have the more audience to come. We wanted to make it the destination where everywhere, maybe today, I got so many calls. So many calls from Bombay, from different states. They're saying that, Dominic, you have to invite me for your film festivals. Big people. Can you believe that? That means that we can only hope, but of course we need support. Today we are so thankful to the trust, like how Sankalal Goenka and all this things supporting, but we really don't know how to move ahead.
Right.
I mean, we are filmmakers. We are doing this for filmmakers, but for the finance and all, it's not easy for us.
Yeah.
Like today, Meenakshi was saying that, as a filmmaker, if you get some money, you would rather spend it on your own films, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I hope people here understand that what we are doing is not for us. We don't. I travel to many film festivals. I really don't need these festivals. This festival is needed for our people, for the younger generation, for people who wants to make film. Today, you could see during award ceremony how many people were so emotional to receive the award.
True.
That shows that's a success. And look at such wonderful films. I don't want to name because all of them are wonderful films. Like Sanki's film. I was so moved by that film. We felt so happy that we discovered this film in our festival.
So how open are we as a state to films as such?
I don't know. I mean, this is not the how open in what sense.
Open, of films, short films like these. You know, when we talk films here, we talk about commercial films and the Bollywood and the Hollywood. But how open are we, when it comes to films like these, short films, concept films like these?
Yes, I mean, these are also short films are not in the ideas of the mass. They still couldn't. I think still, at least in our part of the country, we still are not really we still don't have much idea of what short films are. But the fact that people are coming to watch film, it's almost house full. You could see the theater, like such big auditorium is almost full. Then they are getting introduced to films like that. Like for me, when I went to Film Institute, the only films before I went to Film Institute are all Hollywood and Bollywood films. I was not introduced to something beyond that. The moment I got introduced to something beyond that is the moment epiphany happened, the moment of revelation happened. It's a moment where I feel like, oh my God, I can do something else. I could go back home, I could do it. But today, if some kid, somebody who is watching this film and suddenly they feel that, man, I could do this. I can also do something like that. Imagine that inspiration. That at least from 100 of the audience, there is some five purely, truly, somebody who truly wants to make a film get inspired. And they take up a camera and they do it. And then we might not know who they are, but tomorrow they will be the success stories of the festival.
Right. So this is the concluding day of the festival. What would you like to say to all the people who took part and volunteers and everyone? What would you like to say to them?
I mean, the only thing that I could say is that they have done a tremendous work, They have put lots and lots of effort, sleepless night to carry this. And everybody, I don't have to say this, but you could ask filmmakers who have participated here how they have felt so welcome, they have felt so great about these festivals, And it was also our aim that every filmmaker who comes here needs to be treated well. And because of the filmmakers, the film festivals runs, So all the filmmakers are so happy. You should ask them. They will tell what. I don't need to say that, The fact that everybody who is working behind the team, who are working behind the Kelvin Cinema Festivals have put lots and lots of effort. I don't have to name them, but you know who they are. And there are so many things that could have gone wrong. But I mean, I'm only getting congratulatory messages from all of them. They're just coming and telling this as a great festivals,
Yeah.
I mean...
Yes.
So I could only tell the people to be more supportive of the festival like this, because it's not really for us.
Right.
This is for the state, this is for the people. We really don't get much out of this personally, but it is for the people. So I hope we could run these festivals for longer days, for longer years to come. That's our only wish. Thank you.
So on behalf of the audience and the people who have witnessed the films, thank you so much for Kelvin Cinema Film Festival. Thanks so much once again. Congratulations. Congratulations. Iba penkiman nang ni mangan Jitu no khniat ilayo ya ka award best actor hakani ka Kelvin Film Festival. Hakaba bon ba ki film ki kumba khalartli ki film boro khoi. Te bat na kita khalarli ki film ki ba na shakeling. Tang ki ba nang ni ba na shakeling ri ba pani iba penkiman ilayo best actor. Bat ka ba khamsngo tenat susu ka long makadang di kisin ka beningkong ipi ma penkiman. Kadi kadang di kisin beningkong iba penkiman ban mi hakmat the camera wala imlong thamai shu haka film making ko igalang tende kadang dai pakasin ni kong ye bi in mi shahmat ban haju kapor ban job ini ka award kalong kumno bak pengaman
tip ra na warung la long no mo Ha Shillong te bang ya long ya duna baya tray kan ka kam te long ni sia sim bentalang ni sia dan bentalang ya rap lam we te nakaba ai men sim lam ki parlok te entah ini sile la kale ta kasu urlong la ka urlong wat stanat syai kata kai ka bala jam ta sima
Hai kini film pi la shimbenta the best part hakani ke journey jong pi ba pi done pi shimbenta as an actor kan kanu ke benta try. Kaba let's say kaba pen kan mau pi long kaba pen sa jeng kan mau pi kan.
Ngamla raban ong kata namar ba honestly kini bro artli ki film por ba I sanki approach and then also ka I approach Imael somehow it relates to ya mo ya kajing em ka ba ya lingba bro mo and ngan try the whole experience for me itself kalong ka ka ba thamay na benta jong ate ngamla raban ong phi ka benta ka ba ngakan mau bagai Andre tang balayo ya dan bentalang bat apa kongsan ru ngalayo pe nya do dangret mo shitna film tu shitna ki set hapo yeng hapo kamera sangkai pen kala kum kamera set ja bala henda tu te kum tai ka ngantrai ka di ka jing ka wi ka liang aso ka di ka jing kerku jing pe ru bi la play lenti kum ne bat no do dangret ngalayo kita ki ibro bat kan trai ka di na ka daw jong hi banga solong comfortable hakmat ka kamera ru pen try
Mene mas mi pi screening I kuma pi mi ben ka film din do karyam ka veg. What was the secret behind now? What's the idea behind?
Ka try ka tomo hi ta ka sha so ka ni ka tomo mi ye te ka ta hi so kum mi ye pe ki dan benta le non so han benta ka jing em jang try ma ki ki we ki ba long kong san sha I bala ju dan kat lang mat ngana du dangret ngas tenat bani dan lang mat ki te katai
ka kei ka plan jubi ni shakmat lesi kum ka team ru kum ni ne hatu dan ni ba phidang ya perkhat nang ni shakmat hadin jong kini films
katai menta sing la long kum ka singi ba playlat bat mo yangi bat ngam thai nang ni shakmat te ngai I sanki bat I mael kinang esna kinang tho ki film ki ba yu te ngiru ngini yo ya dan bentalang
kalong kum no bani dan benta asin do nga suthu ka dang dei ka film short film ka ba ningkong le si dan ta jong pi tin re long kam long thamai shu be penchna film te ban don benta ba kemen kum one of the leading actor kalong kum no pi sa
ka te ya ka iba ngan pensai knyat mai kemen ya best actor umdei tang ya ka Pateng dia ka Jyllop tu yo dalam ta artli ki film kalong phala kan ma bunsin kam juda khamdan ngum kata ma te long ka supin pau ba kumi om perkeman ipa ye chai da kerku chai perkeman but ni beri bam tep ipa ye jong perkeman kertai kami di sneng sing tariang but I dei ba si dalam mag sibuk but juru I dei ba direct ya ka arnut statement menekeren sepang cultural film ini kadi one of the richest cultural films mangla ju ima kan ka influence kan adu mencadang red balik ni ka tak mo ite ka long ka di sa ka ta ma adi ka signature man e kan it's one ka di ka way ka moment kata ka film ru am ka ba kong san pa pa ye wan na yo bi stang stom mi ye wan ra ka tak mo merina jar ngam bat ka shrio maka jang kadang kan ma sa e kata ngasit keban ma na yo I mahapor mga ita ka film hadu mga kada kwa sa bani okup ta mo merina jar ngam mar kum juro bani ba min ta ka jabo ka serio te bani karen mga bay try keman ngam keman ngai di perlok adu men sa bani kenya um sa dang kena mo bentar nak samlahi tang balong por ngina kena susu te ngila itu nadu men sa bat ngangla ju identify le si keman ba inang baban perform Ahmad jong kamera ro wala I tibet pa kum ju ru hadin jong kamera ro tamba bunsin le se ningkong te long ha ka jing mamban se me chang dan company rap I we pen keman was all long ready be bani rap yang amal kapuar and de nang tu ngesang bani yo I ka talent jing it krau hapor ma kema por ni dang ya I film Pateng ro mar la shoot ka Pateng so ban shoot ka Jyllop te ngakan mau por mengele casting ru ngang ngidang suggest lang hinga pen keman te ini hak ba tu ka role te por mengakat pen keman ru wala ibun kam ha as a photographer Iwan nam ta audition mni tamba Iwan mengi kat bin wan ak be direct Iwan ban audition ma kiwi ru be compete nam ta ka role jong I te yo pen keman but ngi long hapor mengi shoot marsen pha ngi ka script shim serious de shim khia ban puli lendan nong wi long ka film Pateng kam de ka basok ki kentian ki kilong kamjorong kini ki kilong ki sentence kan kam dai hanra you and plus like nam dai tang baka jrong ki dialogues saka emotion kolong very heavy and subtle ro kitan and he really pull it off and he actually kumbang he hit it out of the park he hit the ball out of the park he did it so well ba nilong emotional ngi for the shoot even kaman but I flow Florentina ani Shillong ba ang kiwe ro makibet pala tamalong kini arngot hite long apa punya shooting ngi dalong ba hadu beting tengi klat ngi nang record shot kalong hataro kam kan and plus ba ngaru nadup ni kong hi pernya karat nga best actor hite dari ba kumino di tangyo ba hipen kaman ni flow ke kadai hi kantahing mangyamot ba la doi ba lesip kanlong hataro kam ta kalong hi siya but ayo kaman kadam ta ipin kaman ni
kalong kumno bar bani ya ki film jong pi ba piak ma pi hakaju kapor hakaju kerensan ese be ki film ba jong ki we pat lese ko man suang no kidan ki film ki bala adep ban screen keleng ke pertai te ban don hang tu bani compete lah hang tu bat ki we ba pi dan was kalong kumno ga feeling experience
dia tu kalau long ngelayo i mau ki films jong ki ba banabar buat ngelayo i ke performance jong ki actors itu bah ki long very well trained professional actors what ki dan kat tu ni ki bamdai ki actors ru tang ba itu ke performance jong ki ka kalong so inspiring kan te banya dan bentalang ha kejo karansan mat ki am ka solong ke ba bas solong stenat shisha kan
but ban job senan ni le
ban job stenat shisha
ya pai ba ngi dan hang ni kini ki klur jong ka no okay ka film industry hang ni po khani hari khasi jong ni ki bala ayo award han kan ni ka Kelvin Film Festival hang ni but ngakit bok kriang pi bro laingut hakanu ko benta pi don nakalong best cinematographer best director but best actor bro laingut ki don hang ni ngasu pumat kumu banang ni kayaknya bangan yo banong ban yo ban sarong ski ba ki don kini nari khasi jungi ki ba yo ya ni ka award bar sarong ba bat kita ki film jong ki we la ipen ilang hani kerensan but ya job ru kerja ko por Yes, please.
Ngasukwa ong ba pet kani kajing sedang jong ngi banyale ikini ki project bro kadai kawe kajing rap lang iwei mo but ngin daya kren kat daya kren dung ya kren ka basai ban ngia kat bala mo kadai ka mensiam ko beningkong kaba kalong kum ka nongrim kaba pen scam ba ya kini ki films ki bangile kom ka Jyllop berkapateng mo dia bar nga sugar part because siala dia kumangi ki brio ngi long ngi ki basna kan ka ki badan ki basna film and all ngi le torbe sakmat banya itu ya ki brio mah banginya trailang namar balai ngi kwa ba kani nang ni na po rikasi jantia garo meghalaya brokhoj bakan kiyo mo but kum kani ka platform kani ka Kelvin Cinema Festival ka ba ka ai kalong ka ba ngi comment palat sikadai Badru dadai manu ki bayashna film long we hope that kaniru kan I mean sim lang but one lang sakmat nginya kren kat ba don kam nginya trailang nginya rap lang iwei we will be inspired by you and you like by whatever you have that's it
lovely
director de khamta hi kren
Tasisian kulish mo porlok ya kajing pet kajong pi ni video but sa comment hapo ada comment khnang iru nam ta jong kini kilaingot tilana film pari ka performance kajong ki tingam tip lanu kin peni tenre ngakhmilen ti bikin sa screen biang ikani hangno te ngakhmilen ti hi at least nang ni kani kanang de kadang de sin ka baning kom pi screen hang ni tile se kanum de ka sin ka khado bikin screen te ngakhmilen ti ba ki babon na pleng jongi kingin yo ban pet ya ni ka ikini ki films jong kini ki argot mo ba kajing ak jongi ba ban kemen ru kumjo wishbon all the best Christian congratulations tu bila ayo aku podcast kam jerong mene biang ngada ayo kan show
mana nak kuah ini kerana nak kuah ini am kuah bancong untuk kami ni
gasa sakot kerpang ni tadi yang sakot ke Sehat kan? Sehat kan?
Kalau berkeman tu.
Siap kalau ingat.
Hamsin mic extra slide.
But anyway, so congratulations, yeah, such a successful
Congratulations
festival.
if you for 1 year of Ha Shillong. You know, yeah. I'm expecting a party.
Kani ke destu jong kani ke jingi keren ke jongi jonga ba Pradip. Tina mari babuan dai jopi kila dawa bakan dan ke destu te kani lese kala amni ke destu. Ya do kanu kan jerong te kata kesyong hai ba.
Kani ke destu kani ke tu ke des ke besakut le. Kabayat tak kani ke tu le.
No, to kaman digi tong ladi ke des lah biang. Jadi nga
AL. Ling ni le.
La ladap keren sya kita.
1 ni. Piap dan lah kani ke destu le.
I'm the winner for best editor.
Oh. Kani ke destu. La record kin peni bafidan lang ang ni le. Okay. Batais dia bangaru yung commission ng to prize money yung fee.
Itu lah fee.
Teman lovely. Ada komen shisha mga dan betah kani ka festival kum kani.
Kani di jong ilan ya.
Oh, okay, best editor.
Best editor. Ni jong baklasem.
Dia filah benda. Ya.
Please they would ngimnan po ni.
Mana apa bentang ni ada mana say.
Iku abang jorong yang tentu
dah. Dia tang suka nak Pradip 15 bet. Blame dia.
Alah tingras. Kuntung nga sa keren ya kato ka baningkang ka podcast bakal si jurong film kalau ngomong
kani ka show wapin keli may pin pa keli.
Oh. Bye. Pero lah ile jud le. Je keren sanging ni na tong. To keli udah keli.
To yes, to mo macam to. Kalong kum no ka festival nakahmat ka jong pi kum organizer. Kalong no pinga ngala da batay kalong kum no.
Nga dengan batay kum no habang ngadon bi din stage. Nga mi is kumat jayu.
At least long kum mapimut hatu kalawan dur ne kumda kan kum mapi expect.
Ki jing duna ti ki dang don hi na kaliang jongi ngatrai. Ya kata tem lalan. Tama bangan kedokti ya kita ki jing duna pada kamlong wise. Nginyele ban penbahasyu with the next chapter pada kan. Tama kata pada kasyong ba nginpek what kind of support ngiyo nong nu kum nu. Kamu nginyele ba at least kan kamlong better banyak kan ni pada kan.
Comparing ya ka ba ningkong?
Comparing with ningkong tu yes. Kalau kambiang ki film ngiyo ru. Ki biang an ka bastuna na bro bagi don gidong job na sini na. At least ka cash bagi price money bagi yo kan yang ni kamle coba. Kadi mana? No best na. Kan coba tu lose ka state na iti revenue pada banyak.
Yes, how important ba Pradip kum kini ki awards na bata jong ka bigalia.
Ka promote iki filmmakers na because ngi focus ka technical award balai bakan promote iki kalau ba IMC iki bikin sina film show na. Kalau tang nga expect ba next edition men kini ngi lain ki bajab. Maybe next edition yo boro ki di benes ni ki bajab. Mula ba nang ya kata.
Kan tu ki film baro ki ba nang ni na po lagi ba
submit total bun ngala bakla ngala anyo ba menen ki dor arpoi ki submit. Tinita arpui ki besajit kari jong Dhar, Sankirang, but Febbard.
Kini kadung mujing pet nyamar kadung mujing keren jongi but kini ki babun ki kini langut along lo kadang de ka first debut short film ke jongki hakani ke festival. Pitharai ki dang bun ki bari le se yang the ki bampat mi pertai lene ki bampat shlan ni note ban se ken ya kini ki films comedy festival nang fisong kuno.
No em ya kata kan bendan ngum kini ki festival nga tharai kan you know del kring show yaki bikin niche kamat kin tursh kamat bikin shna film bikin one you know kaya kata kan no sing ajong yaki ba fish na pidon kam jingarap na kalyang jingi ngindon bet banyarap nginyarap bet ya kata kidon bagi ba ongru bangam jiarap nai comments ya official apa delete delete
Delete liu mo di ba comment di ba perdi
sa keno ni tanga biru sa keno lang and that's jokes apart tama you know nga expect iki bikin yami kinya tour kinya one you know nga expect bangan issue ki film ki bitnat ke jongki na siniga
to hajing sang lebih keren ki babun bagi ke itu ke first episode tapi tenre ngskwa banai maybe a quick tip la lengi keren sepang ki short films kani ko pat di ko short film ko bala travel keleng ngatrai playor ki feedbacks ki judge na baro hikin kan quick tips kan habang isna ki short films lesim kani festival lesi kuman shu angno kala balong ka introduction ni ki babun to short films khamtam locally kan ki kita ki quick tips lesi banong habay day bat ka nam don
dan ihum kita ki quick tips banong am bunch na film kawai ka balong very important kalong pide benget ya ka script film bunch na you have a belief in your script kay be film bunch na dan kum kita ki tips you have to believe yourself kay be film na mapi it's good enough bakan dan hangtay banong banai tips osna kumta em kamdam ei kum kata dan kata daw give time in your script work hard on your script and you know if you have belief on your script kata kalong very important shubu pishanya ai ke ibi film banchna em dari bakabyang pishna no dum sem em kalong mai
ke na bata juno ki bidang thamai ka filmmaking try ladadan bawan ban kli phi ken banong ban pan suggestion ni advice na phi should I go first with the short film then a feature film bet
phi nganum phi dan ka budget go for feature phi dan ka budget start with a short
straight sok ba
so kayo ka jurong sa kani o sha mo
na ani to ngan penkut no hani ke phi kwa banong na bata jong ki team bar khoi ki laidan banta ba kani festival I mean baro ki stakeholders ni sponsors ke phi kwa banong ki
pe sponsors stakeholders nga shu dantang ka katuka trust ki jong Mr. Goenka that was supporting la nang ta teng anong fi ni thok film nan himun no and apart from the team teng athai nga hap shu ongi ki begin forgive me because I've been screaming and shouting on them ngatip just to hear me ngatate thank you and congrats once again ya ka team jong piru you know for that 1 year I'm waiting for the celebration from you from the person behind the camera you know kani ka celebration is due manta takan ma wadong pa nila shy wan rahi ka bam ngin aing itang hipliang ngong le ngam kata
Atama shibun for the film festival people long.
Thank you.
I mean did ka kalong kumaki enlighten ingi shibun ki habay day ba ka film habay day bat kini ki khamtam li kini ba PP1 ra kumansyon na people yang ni platform na benta jong kiwi ru ki na bar ki filmmakers na bar kini don benta hang ni
I mean tu fi kata ka jigwan ra ki filmmaker na bar kalong ngakwa ban bridge ya ka tu ka gap happening not in northeast India but mainland India ginang siya ignore palat na Hak mainland India and itu hak fingi nang siya ignore pala. Nga ko aban bridge ko to ka by having these festivals kinwan ki biro na bar at least kini igen what kind of cinema is being made what kind of filmmakers ni don mingi ni hindi man look down ni mita Dominic Sangma is traveling the world hindi maybe siya Sankirang maybe you know mapi maybe as an actor as a whatever ngamtip
lain
tapi party kan tu ki party kan shiman na la obe kan tu ki party your best actor per khala telono fin ak film yang aro
la da fi terwa ding kloi mo
definitely fila ongum tali te kamot hapar khan sna film na bat code tambak hang ni mo kan ni tap khanang mo kan ni wanum cut la ngan work out on script katakan di ka first feature bat nga ngan i fili ak bat ki wei Shwa jong ha dengan num shim la. Bilang agree on camera agree.
Kajing siu kat no.
Kajing siu ni yo producer shwa la. Man siu bre FM ha yo producer di high level.
Anyway, to nga kami lenti wala long kum tang bila terwasya ru ngala kamen anyway, to one last question lanu kan mi kling khabeneng.
Ngam padap. Ni so fi ngam padap ngam tip
kan
nga sa astang ka last portion mangan shoot benta tengan yele ben pendap ka lahi tang ba filatip hi ben pendap pedeh ru. Filatip em gi jing duna. Jing ATM ru my loan chu benta. Soon ngata sim snem inyele by Christmas next year ban penbing ka. Yeah. Tang simpor kan mampor hi ka film.
All the best, Pradip. Yeah. All the best.
So much. Congrats. Thank you so much to you guys. Yeah. Thank you for being a part of this festival.
Kulishibun fi khoding iken.
Envy. Nam khodi film festival ka numla ban long ru. Kam fi siala. Mo the main person la na avoid la. Can you do the temp? Kamdan bani hapo festival asking pi ja.
Ngawan wajuang bro asking ngawan ngakren ni
Pishuan Shillong bawan. Present sir. Laja. Ni yun deh. Aku tu si first day le pak proxy em.
Tuma really I'm so privileged ba nong ba kadan ke festival kum kani hang ni bar khamta mele ka ba baro na mene mga kren ki filmmakers ru kila very good reviews sa bay day but ka hospitality ba ki yo ka jinglong kajinglong kawiti kum ka community kum ka film community
That is what it's all about.
Hoy nalo kata long kai ka ba one kawi ka ba kongsan ba ki ongam baro khat ki ongam kadi kata ba kay gabi kiyo nang ni ki kamyo na siya way nakadaw ba ki day ki filmmaker si ba penlong yang film festival
so hats off to you na ni la travel man ki festival te ngitip ka requirements ki filmmakers ka kay ka kam that's very important for bakut kasi you know
stop kumli sibo ang barlok ngatay na kun ni labiang ni bayar
ajrong pala nam kani ru
oh ni ajrong ba
ya kani I know this 1A
Lakulis mo parlok si Sin nang ni no po State Central bari ba Pradip
ngalaman kuntu sa kawai
sakay ang si
Shen kan release ka film jong Simi Kong Tiang ka chiti siya po.
Oh yes,
Juwai.
yes.
Please go and have a look. Namar ka film kita na ba. Ngamte introduce Juwai dengan kuntu siya kinong Juwai kan. Kan lawan nila actually sa kuntu kinong Shillong ro.
Oh, em gua kinong Shillong ki man like si Juwai bele.
Oh, of course, kira aben lens I buy ka liu code.
Lakulis mo parlok si Sin. Kulis mo ni jing ai jing kesang ke jong pi yang mental ashisnem te ngilai dap shisnem pura kum ke tim. Te kulis bon kai dah. Oh, nang taru ngila cross 50,000 subscribers benang ngila dan san pulai hajar ngut ki subscriber baro ki belai subscribe ni ke channel ti kulis shibun ni ba Pradip ila 100 subscriber shibun.
Oh, sawan ke party saya party.
kulis shibun parlok.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Ini keren gitu le. Mau cari siapa? Oh, tadi anda keren pingat.